Hey everyone, in this video today, I'm going to be walking you through 3 proven techniques to keep your chickens safe from predators. I'm also going to be showing you a little hack that we do to keep one of those predators from actually opening your chicken coop door and walking through. Let's get right into it. Now the first method is you have to have a good protection around your chicken coop with strong wire. Now, you'll see a lot of people using just plain chicken wire to house their chickens in. And though that has been used for decades, I find it not to be the strongest wiring to use around a chicken coop. So what we do is I built this chicken coop around a dog kennel, which has chain link fence on. Now, you might say, well, that's overkill. It could be, but I've used this method in the past, and it is really, really strong when it comes to larger predators. Not only that, we took the extra step, and if you'll look down here, of installing hardware cloth. This is 1/2-inch hardware cloth that we installed 2 feet high on the coop all the way around. So not only do they have to go through the stronger fencing, but the smaller animals have to try to get through the hardware cloth. Now, that's not 100%, that's a given. But nothing ever really is. The larger the predator, the easier it is for them to tear stuff up and get through. But you have to take other steps. And that moves us over to technique number 2, which is to prevent them from getting under the coop once you've installed this on the outside of the coop. And be honest, this is where we failed a long time ago, and we've learned since then. So let's get to that part. So technique number 2 is this. You see I have fencing wire underneath a hog panel. The hog panel is bent and tacked to the bottom of the chicken coop. That hog panel comes out approximately 30 inches away from the chicken coop and is held in place by these tent stakes. Placing your hog panel down like that prevents the predator from digging and getting under the edge of the coop. What we learned by applying the hog panel just by itself, that smaller predators can dig through the larger holes of the hog panel and still dig under and get inside your chicken coop. So we place the fencing underneath the hog panel. The hog panel is the hardy, strong piece of fencing that is going to be stabilized on the ground, that's going to be there for the longest, and the wiring is underneath just to make some of those holes a little bit smaller. Now, some of you might have gone out and taken your chicken coop and laid your hardware cloth, the 1/2-inch hardware cloth, all the way around the outside. That's an absolutely perfect technique, but hardware cloth over time does rust, and it gets brittle in the corners at the welded portion or the pressed portion of the squares, so it might not last as long. So that's why we chose to go this way. Now, the last technique is what we're going to show you here today, and I'm going to be upgrading ours and installing a brand new one. All right, so before we get started on that, let me show you something real quick. We've got several of them out of the coop. These are chicks that we've had, and I believe this week they're 8 weeks old, so they do not go far from the coop, and that's good because they can eat all the bugs in the grass out here and knock this grass down around the coop. All right, for this third technique that we're going to show you, we're going to be hooking up a Premier One Solar Stop 80 fence energizer. And yes, this is 10,000 volts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run 1 strand of poly wire around the chicken coop. I'm going to hook this up to it, and hopefully any predators will be deterred by what hits them when they get close to the chicken coop. This product here, if you wanted to, you could set it directly on the ground, turn it on, hook the alligator clips up to the wire and the grounding rod, and then you'd be good to go. But since we're going to have a more permanent method, I'm going to go ahead and install a T-post, and this product has a place right here on the bottom where you can slide a T-post in and set it up on the T-post. Now, it does need to be able to be facing south to get a proper charge. So if you decide to put an Energizer out around your chicken coop or anywhere around your property, it needs to be facing south so it gets the most sun to be able to charge those batteries. So let's get to installing this thing. All right, so we got the T-post installed. It's going to be facing to the south. And all you do is just find the hole that it goes in. All right, so once it's on the T-post or pipe, whatever you decide to put it on, there's a tension screw underneath. And all you're going to do is just tighten that tension screw up against whatever you're having it set on. Just as simple as that. So this is the system that's mounted onto the T-post. Has an on-off switch here. This is an energy saving mode, so you can flip it down to the bottom. It doesn't put out as much. And then this is the max output. That's definitely max is where it's going to be for us during the nighttime hours. Now, you might say, well, what are you going to do if the chickens are out during the daytime and this is installed? I'm going to show you a little method I'm going to use here to be able to unhook. You're going to turn the system off, you're going to unhook it, and then you're going to be able to open your chicken coop door, no problem at all. All right, so our chicken coop is on the bottom skids of it. It's 4x4s, and the verticals are 4x4s. So I'm able to screw into the side of these 4x4s, and I'm going to be using these right here. These are insulators for your poly wire to go around your chicken coop or in your fields, wherever you can put one into wood. Now, if you don't have wood, they do have other types of insulators that can clip right to metal. So you might look into those and see what method is best for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here on the lower port, and I'm going to pre-drill me some holes. I'm going to go right around from it, drill one on the other side. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to, it's that easy, just screw it right into that pre-drilled hole. All right, folks, they're all installed all the way around. So the next thing I'm going to do is decide which one of these pegs that I'm going to initiate my wire on. And that means I'm just going to tie a loop on it, bring it around the coop, going through all the insulators, and then bring it over here to the final one, and we'll show you exactly what we're going to do on that. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie a loop in this. Just bring it around, right back through. So I've got a loop just like that, and it's a secure loop. It's not going to loosen. And I'm going to put it right around that insulator like that. Once it's on that insulator down there, then I'm going to take it, pull it, just slide it in this insulator, come around and slide it into this one. All right, so earlier I addressed how are we going to get in the chicken coop when there's going to be a hot wire across there. You got to open your door, it's going to be hitting it, chick's going to be coming in and out. Heck, you're going to be going in and out, and you don't want to trip. We're going to make this front wire a gate. But if we just make it a gate and open it, then the rest of this wire that we've installed all the way around this coop, every time you open the gate, it's going to loosen up. It's going to end up getting caught on something. Something's going to happen. The wire's going to be compromised. So how do we get around that? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this same wire. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to tie a loop in it again where I can pull the wire through and then wrap that loop around this one. So I want to pull this wire tight. Remember, I'm coming around from where it originated. I'm getting the slack out of it, and I'm going down over it just like that. With that loop around this one, it's going to stay tight all the way around the coop. And we can loosen this one up front when we make our gate. All right, So I separated my line. So how do I get that line now to hook onto something and actually stay hot? Well, I'm gonna use one of these spring gates. You can actually pull it, and when it's tied, there's a spring inside where you can stretch this and get it to hook onto something. I'm gonna tie it like this, bring it through just like that. All right. So when I put that on, I'm gonna take this loop and go through it. And when I pull it back, it's gonna be tight on that piece there. So that's tight. It's not gonna come off. You're not gonna lose it. And it's gonna be out here for you to attach your handle to. All right, so we're gonna pull it through. We know that it's gonna be tight right there. So in order to hold that, I'm just gonna tie this onto the handle so it doesn't get any slack into it. All right, so we got our gate handle tied off. It goes all the way around the coop. Let's get these alligator clips hooked up and we'll charge the wire and see how many volts we got. All right, in order for this to work, you gotta have your ground rod in. So I'm gonna put my ground rod in right here, and all it is this little rod. It comes in the package with the charger. I'm gonna put it pretty close to this, and then I'm just gonna hammer it in. All right, so the ground rod is in. Now I'm gonna take this alligator clip, which I'm gonna attach to the ground rod, but I need to attach it to the charger first. So with this particular model, you just take the nuts off, you put it over the stud for the negative or the hot, whichever one you're dealing with, and we're gonna attach it to the ground rod. All right, now we're gonna attach the hot. It's gonna go right on there. We're gonna secure it with the nut. So now we're gonna take our hot wire, we're gonna attach it to our poly wire just like that. Now is the moment of truth. And I'm gonna need y'all to pray right before we start, because I can't tell you how many times I've been shocked on this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna take the tester and we're gonna see how many volts we're getting through it after we turn it on. All right, so we are going to test it. We're gonna put it in the ground in there. I want to check our wire. We're at 9,100 volts. That should stop a predator. So you come out in the morning, you got the system off, you just come over here, grab your handle and your loop. Once you've unhooked it, just take your handle and hang it on your chicken coop, and it's out of the way of the door. You can open the door, chicks can get in and out. Then when you close it at night, just take the handle, put back in your loop here, and turn the system on. It's that easy. I promised you guys that there is a simple hack we use. It's gonna be hard for you to believe, but this is true. Raccoons are some of the highest predators for your chickens. And so we've had problems with them here. Let me show you how we keep them from opening our chicken coop door. Raccoons have a funny way of being able to walk up and open gates. They'll climb up and they'll use their paws to open a gate. And what I do before I close the gate, I reach on the inside and I've got a little string that has one of these little clasps on it. Now, that string goes around to the outside. So I just hook it in right there, and I've got that on there, and I got the gate latch. That's a simple hack. Just put something around the outside of your door, including your latch, of course, but you put something on the outside, one more level of protection, and those old rascally coons can't open your gate on your coop. You might have a different latch than we do, might secure better and all that, but we choose to do this. It secures it a whole lot better. All right, that's the 3 techniques we use to protect our chickens from the predators. That's gonna be it for today, folks. I'll put some links on the screen to other videos. We'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a blessed day.